Hey, movie lovers, this is Kyle, host and producer of the Movie Wars podcast. We're not just a movie review podcast. There's plenty of those. On Movie Wars, a panel of stand-up comedians blends humor with deep film analysis using their unique war card system to grade movies across key categories. Each episode delivers thoughtful insights and spirited debate, offering a fresh comedic take on film analysis. New episodes drop every Thursday on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. Deeply researched, gut-wrenchingly funny, you'll love Movie Wars.
Movie Wars.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
And I'm Bo Maddox.
And this is Collateral Cinema. Welcome to Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we focus on good movies, bad movies, and everything else in between in the world of cinema. We're podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas, and yes, my friends, we are a 420 friendly podcast, so whatever you have, be it bongs, blunts, or joints, smoke it if you've got it. Welcome to episode 2 of Anime Month, right, Bo?
Exactly. January is usually the month where we stick to anime, you know, and we just did Vampire Hunter D with the Retro Anime podcast, and that was a lot of fun revisiting the anime of yore, you know, back when, you know, anime women were women, and there was blood and guts everywhere, you know, women, you know, not high school girls.
True.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But yeah, for episode 2 of Anime Month, we're doing something kind of interesting since our previous episode last season on the last Naruto the movie. I thought I'd follow it up with the movie that came out the following year in theaters, Boruto Naruto the movie. So this was originally just kind of just like an epilogue movie, so to speak. This was actually before the Boruto manga and anime were released. So it's something of kind of a transition between the two eras.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of Boruto. I've been catching up on Naruto at least until goddamn Adult Swim decided to switch it out with Zom 100 of all anime.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
What is that? Come on, y'all. Y'all were right in the middle of the tuning exams, and then y'all just cut it from there. I mean, it's bad enough that they cut Sailor Moon off, you know, right before they didn't even get to Sailor Jupiter or Sailor Uranus or anything like that.
Damn
it's
it.
like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, come on, man.
No Sailor Venus even. It's like, come on now.
Yeah, but I mean, at least we got our tuning exams fixed this time because this movie kind of centers around that plot. So yeah, this film actually kind of it was later readapted in the manga and anime. So while at one point this was considered canon because, you know, Kishimoto was heavily involved in this and whatnot, it's no longer the canon version of the story because the story arc gets readapted with some differences in both the manga and anime. But yeah, at the time, I mean, this film was the only piece of content we really had in the new era with Naruto as the Hokage. And so, yeah, and honestly, what's funny about it is Boruto kind of gets a bad rap now for its low quality animation and excessive amount of filler. That's a problem that this movie doesn't have. In fact, I remember this movie being quite a bit better received when it came out. I think a lot of people kind of just were happy with the whole, you know, going over the tuning exams. There was some nostalgia with that, and I just remember the reception to this was a lot more positive back then, and because it didn't have those issues that the anime is known for.
And once again, I haven't actually really seen the anime, so I can't really say much about any quality issues. I mean, I will say that near the beginning of the movie, I felt some of the editing in that fight was a little janky, not to be honest, but later on in some of the later fights, I think that it kind of smoothed out a little bit.
Yeah.
Of course, it could be that we started the movie on Pluto TV of all things. So, I mean, they probably just have a shitty transfer that just made the edits look bad. I don't know.
Yeah, that might have been what it was. Because I remember this having, and I watched it recently on DVD and it was fine.
Yeah.
I remember this having it's a bigger budget. It's a movie. So it's not going to have the issues that the anime series has when they kind of just get a little bit shoddy from it's inconsistent. Naruto has always been that way, and Boruto is more the same. In fact, Boruto is honestly, in my opinion, quite a step down from Naruto in terms of the animation and the drawing style. And in fact, oddly enough, they just completely draw Naruto differently, which I think is why his Hokage design doesn't hit as well. If you go look at like the original Kishimoto design for Hokage Naruto, it's quite a bit different than what we ended up with. But like I said, this anime movie has a much bigger budget and also, was supervised by Kishimoto. This was at one point a canon story. It still is, just there's a couple differences.
I mean, a few, yeah. But I mean, for me, coming in blind, it was really cool to just kind of see where all of the characters that we know and love from the original anime, how they kind of ended up, and kind of to see who they ended up marrying, whose kids is whom, and just kind of seeing, how they kind of fit in with life in the modern Hidden Leaf Village,
Interestingly enough, that's originally what chapter 700 of the manga was. It was an epilogue chapter that basically just showed who everybody married and who their kids were, and and finally getting to see Naruto as Hokage. Weirdly enough, the anime did not adapt chapter 700, but actually ends with Naruto and Hinata's wedding after the last. And then, so the first glimpse that anime viewers got of the new era of actually seeing Naruto achieve his dream and being Hokage was this film. So that was really cool. And also, like you said, just to kind of see who everybody ended up with, to see their kids and what they're about. Of course, I mean, the story centers around Boruto and his father and a few other and Sasuke and a few other characters. But, we at least get glimpses of everybody here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely... One of the themes of this movie is definitely the importance of family and, and how it can kind of... It can kind of have its ups and downs and whatnot,
Yeah.
I mean, Boruto's relationship with his dad in the beginning is very dicey, he doesn't seem to have a lot of respect for Naruto.
No, and it's because Naruto was absent as a parent. And despite the fact that, Naruto is alive, unlike Naruto's dad, who was dead, Naruto still is very busy with his duties as Hokage and doesn't have enough time for, as much as his son wants. And he just desperately wants attention from him. Now, interestingly enough, this was one of the things that the Boruto anime was also criticized for, was Boruto's relationship with his father and what some may see as kind of a disrespectful view of Naruto, because we the viewers have gone through his shoes and know all the troubles he went through, but Boruto kind of just, calls him lazy and shit. And when this is dragged out over several story arcs in the anime, I can understand why people were not happy with it. But for this movie, it's actually a central theme, and it's resolved within the movie, so it actually works. And I like how we see that dynamic between Boruto and Naruto. It's kind of the heart of the movie here. Is the son who just doesn't understand the struggles that his father's gone through, but comes to see who his dad really is and what he had to go through to get to where he's at.
Well, and it's like what you told me while we were watching the movie is like, Boruto and Naruto, they're just not the same people. They're not driven by the same goals or anything like that. And as we can see in this movie, I mean, Boruto is just a little more keen on taking shortcuts if he has to kind of get to the same point. Whereas, Naruto was very much a product of his struggles and everything.
Exactly, yeah. Naruto and Boruto, on the surface, may seem similar. And this is actually something that's brought up in the movie. Sasuke comes up and he's like, I saw your son. He reminds me of you when you were your age. And Naruto's like, no, actually, he's more like you. And he's like, no, I take that back. He's not like either of us. And what Naruto means is, Boruto is a prodigy. Naruto was not. Naruto started out as a zero with huge chakra reserves and a monster fox that unlocked latent abilities. But other than that, he was unable to perform even the most basic of jutsu. Boruto's a prodigy who, as a genin, has mastered wind, lightning, and water style. He's never had to struggle a day in his life. And like you mentioned, he is more prone to taking shortcuts or cheating on the Chunin exam, something that Naruto would never have done. Naruto would have never cheated. He's far too earnest of a person.
No, you could tell. I mean, watching the Chunin exams in the original Naruto anime, that Naruto, he just wants to really strive to just be better, and he's not going to cut corners there. He's never been that type of character.
Ever.
And I mean, to see that contrast between him and Boruto, I mean, at first it's jarring. I mean, and you are kind of disappointed in Boruto for what he does here. Using the ninja tool. It's like, kiddo, you're better than that. You know, it's like you're already a prodigy. Like, what more enhancement do you need?
Exactly. He doesn't even trust in his own abilities enough, despite having them, and he's quick to give up. I think there's a point during the Chunin exams where the goal of it was actually to weed out the students who would easily give up, and Boruto was. He's saved by his teammates in that scenario, and you can actually see the look on his face when that gets brought up. If you were ready to just give up, you don't deserve to be a Chunin, and it's like, and then that's what later lends him to actually relying on the power of the scientific ninja tool, even though it was it was outlawed. But yeah, Boruto, not only in that sense, but like you mentioned, Bo, even his goals are different. He doesn't want to be Hokage. That's something that he brings up early on, and even by the end, once he actually comes to respect his father, he doesn't. That's not the path he wants to follow. He wants to be more of a shinobi like Sasuke, somebody who he's honestly just enamored by the minute he meets him. It's kind of adorable.
Oh man, yeah, he totally just becomes a little fanboy like right there, you know. And of course, I mean, that's his uncle and everything practically,
Yeah, he calls him Uncle Sasuke.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the closest thing that Naruto has to a brother, probably is Sasuke. So, I mean, yeah, to see him to see Sasuke take him under his wing is kind of Naruto and Sasuke's relationship kind of coming full circle a little bit.
Well, and it's essentially, and apparently this was actually intentional, but it was supposed to be, basically like Piccolo training Gohan.
Exactly. Yeah, I can see that parallel. Definitely.
Yeah. So I think that was kind of the idea that they were going for with that. Yeah, so Sasuke takes him under his wing and kind of trains him. And it's kind of interesting, too, because there was a side story, like 10-chapter manga that was written by Naruto and was later adapted into the Boruto anime. That acts as kind of a prologue to this movie where we see Naruto and Sarada interact. And it's actually why Sarada ends up wanting to become Hokage.
Okay.
And so, in a sense, Naruto kind of takes her under his wing, and so, their respective children actually end up, wanting to follow the footsteps of their rivals. So Sarada wants to be Hokage like Naruto, and Boruto wants to be the ninja like Sasuke.
Absolutely, and I mean, who wouldn't want to be a ninja like Sasuke? I mean, he only has one arm, and he's still so formidable. And he also makes a great sensei as well.
He does.
It's like he fits that role perfectly.
He does. It's actually so satisfying to see Sasuke in that role because it's something that he was honestly kind of born for. And yeah. He was quite a bit absent from the previous film, The Last, so I think they actually went out of their way to put Sasuke into the plot of this movie. Not only does he act as Boruto Sensei, but even the movie opens up with him fighting the new antagonists, Kinshiki and Momoshiki Otsutsuki in another dimension. Yeah. That's a cool opening sequence in and of itself. I mean, just right off the bat, we get right into the action and get to see all those powers at play.
Yeah. We see his Sharingan, his Rasengan, and
the Rinnegan.
The Rinnegan and everything. Yeah, man. I mean, it was cool to just kind of see, Sasuke just go all out, especially at the power level that he's at currently in this movie. Yeah, like post-war and everything, and we get to see his special ability where he swaps places with objects, which is cool, and now he can even open portals to other dimensions. Apparently, that's new. Yeah.
But yeah, it is really cool. And then we even get to see Naruto, at full power later. He goes and, activates chakra mode and shit. We get to see Naruto and Sasuke fight together at the end of the movie, which is honestly like the best scene in the movie. Like just watching the two of them just perfectly in sync at the height of their power. Sasuke throws the sword, Naruto catches it. They do like something that's kind of like a combo, Lions combo. And then, Sasuke puts the Susanoo over Kurama, and that whole sequence is so fucking good.
It really is, man. I mean, just the perfect synthesis of Sasuke and Naruto's powers just coming to fruition and just taking on this enemy who apparently can absorb jutsus and then repurpose them and mirror it back to you and everything. That's what it is, right?
That's what it is. Yeah, he's got like these like Rinnegan embedded in his palms that he can use to absorb and release ninjutsu, and it's actually likened to the same ninja tool that Boruto uses throughout the movie. And the fact that this is an antagonist who is, again, an Otsutsuki clan member. I mean, those are kind of the big bads of the franchise at this point. Who've come from another dimension to come take the Earth's chakra fruit after seeing what they've done to other dimensions. They've drained all the chakra from all the other planets. So they've come for Earth now. They've come and they're coming to reclaim the chakra of the chakra fruit, which is now in the form of the tailed beasts. So they go after Killer Bee. They go after Naruto.
Man, they did Killer Bee wrong, bro. It's like they just waylaid the poor old man. It's like, how you gonna do that to the old man, bro?
How are you gonna do that to Killer Bee, man?
Come on, Killer Bee.
He's okay though, as the credits show us.
Yeah, he is. He ends
out of that okay. Maybe they didn't suck out all the Eight Tails chakra or something. It's not made clear, but yeah, I mean these guys are coming after. But what's interesting about these is they kind of act as a foil in a sense to the theme of the movie, and that they're willing to they're basically in the same mind of Boruto for the first couple acts, where they're willing to take shortcuts. Why expend effort and train and get and work hard to achieve things whenever you can obtain power quickly and instantly, but ultimately, that's obviously doesn't work out for them once they meet actual shinobi.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that that's part of the actual theme of the movie is kind of privilege and how it blinds you to struggle and how that can affect how you approach different types of scenarios that you might struggle in and whatnot, and yeah, Boruto is pretty much in a way taking the same path. I mean, you can even argue the small scrolls kind of resemble those pills that the Otsutsuki guy he takes.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of mimics it perfectly.
That was definitely intentional. So, and then that's actually the contest that's at the core of the movie too. Is Naruto and Sasuke kind of put this contest on at the beginning, where Sasuke, says that he believes the soul of the shinobi never changes, whereas Naruto seems to be, willing to admit that maybe the times have changed, but no, the soul of a shinobi is the same. And here's the thing, okay. Naruto defines this several times throughout the series, but a shinobi is one who endures, because that's actually the meaning of the kanji shinobi, is to endure, endurance. That's why I have it tattooed on my chest, because especially in the context of Naruto, what it means, and then what the series means to be, is that it's about enduring all of the adversities of life in order to achieve your dreams. And so that is what a shinobi does. He endures struggle. So a shinobi does not take shortcuts. And so that's ultimately Boruto's story arc in this movie, is becoming a shinobi. You were trained at the ninja academy. You became a genin, but you weren't truly a shinobi yet until you actually had to go through this.
Absolutely. I mean, at the beginning of the movie, he's just not taking any of that seriously at all. He doesn't even intend to go to sign up for the tuning exams,
despite his other two team members wanting to join and them depending on him needing to enter as a 3-man team. He's just got no interest, and that's even shown through the way he plays video games. He'd rather just use cheats, and when instead of if he can't play with his friends, he tries to give them data to so they can win easier, and they're like, I don't really want to do that. That kind of beats the fun out of it,
Yeah, exactly.
So that perfectly shows the kind of person that Boruto is. He'd rather have a super high level character that he obtained through cheats, which he gets through Katasuke.
Yeah,
man, that dude,
that motherfucker,
God
damn it.
Yeah, this dude just comes in, tries to show off his scientific ninja tools, which I'm sure there's a time and a place for those things on the battlefield. But it's like Naruto brings up, the point of the Chunin exams is to nurture shinobi.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to lie, I like the misdirection that they give with that character. He's very manipulative. You can kind of see that. And you do kind of think that he might be like in cahoots with the Otsutsuki's, like being part of the big bad. But no, he's just a arrogant scientist who just wants to see if his cool tool that he developed works in the battlefield. Which is like fair enough, but it's like you said, is the Chunin exam the place to do that? No, it's like, I mean, maybe like on a smaller mission, send some Ginning out and let them try it out and observe and everything. But yeah, not the Chunin exams.
Exactly. Yeah. So but that's ultimately, that's just used to show that parallel to Boruto's journey, and the struggle of the shinobi versus the Otsutsuki.
Yeah.
But another big part of this movie is, of course, the Chunin exams. It for a lot of people, it kind of harkens back to that like early Naruto, which a lot of people, see as peak Naruto.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I'm still pissed that Adult Swim cut it off, man. It was getting good. Dude.
I know.
God damn it.
It is some of the highest, that the series has to offer. Although personally for me, I would say like peak Naruto was probably like Pain's Assault.
Yeah.
That to me, I think, was like peak Naruto, in my opinion. But, mileage will vary. There was a time back when, this wasn't aliens and explosions and shit. It was actual fucking ninja.
Yeah, right.
This harkens back to some of that, despite the involvement of said aliens and shit. But it is kind of cool, like seeing like the Chunin exams in the new era. I mean, we even have like the first exam, which kind of serves the same purpose as the first exam in Naruto's day, which was to weed out the shinobi who just weren't worth being shinobi.
Yeah.
With that test that Sai puts in. Sai proctors.
Yeah, honestly, I gotta say that first test is quite a bit more interesting than what we got in the original Chunin exam, which was literally just
a written exam.
Just a written exam, you know. But of course, I mean, much like that, I mean, it didn't really matter what you actually put down, it was to root out who was actually using their ninja techniques to gain the advantage.
Exactly. Yeah. And those that who had the will to not give up. Ultimately,
yes.
the first exam served the same purpose with the 10th question and all that bullshit. Here we go. Sai gives a trick question, and once you're gonna fall no matter what. But if you're able to, work as a team and prevent yourself from falling into the trap, you've shown that you have the resolve to keep going. So that was cool. The second exam is kind of a capture the flag thing. I mean, that's what they had in place of the Forest of Death. And that was a cool little sequence, getting to see them work together as a team. Boruto is actually completely helpless at this point. I guess, again, it kind of comes back to him not having enough trust in his own abilities or not taking it seriously enough. But, the other team was about to get that flag, and then he ends up relying on the scientific ninja tool to get through.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but just be disappointed in every moment that he uses it in that exam. It's disappointing. I feel Naruto when he jumps down there and he's just like, let me see your arm. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and that happens in the final exam. This is kind of a 1v1 match off, just like the final exam in Naruto's day, where they're in the stadium. They have a tournament style fight, and it comes down to Naruto versus Shikadai, Naruto and Shikamaru's sons, and it even mirrors the same way that Shikamaru gave up. In his Chunin exam, although he was the only one that year that became a Chunin. So
yeah, exactly.
Part of being a Chunin apparently is actually knowing when you're at your limit. But anyway, Shikadai gives up as well, and they give the win to Boruto. But yeah, that was the point where Boruto ended up having to cheat and use the scientific ninja tool to create a bunch of shadow clones.
Yeah,
everybody at the stadium is impressed, but it's interesting to know. Even the 5 Kage seem fooled, but Naruto knows his son. Naruto knows how much chakra he has. Naruto knows he can't make that many shadow clones.
See, that's what I was going to say. It's like, I mean, what made you think that you were going to be able to pull that off in front of your own dad? It's like, that he was going to see through that. I mean, Sasuke, if he can see through that, Sasuke can see through it as well. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I mean, I don't get why he thought that he could really sneak that in there and actually actually get away with it.
I know, but again, he's desperate for his dad's approval. That's something that even once you get through the exterior of him, wanting to shun his dad, it's like he wants his approval. He gets excited and giggles like a kid just when his dad comes to congratulate him. And there's that moment where you see like his heart skips a beat because he's putting his fist out and waiting for Naruto to fist bump him, only for him to catch his arm and not only disqualify him from the exams, but actually take off his headband and tell him he's not a shinobi anymore.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, the Hokage does that to you. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
So not only does he not become a Chunin, but he's not even a ninja now. So that's a pretty serious offense right in front of the world, the five Kage, just to see him cheat in front of everybody. It's his lowest point, but it's exactly what he needed to get, through his character arc.
Mm-hmm, yeah, like that moment after the Otsutsuki's attack on the Chunin exam where he's running, he's like his mom is hurt and everything, his dad's missing, and then he just looks at that damn thing and he's just like, stupid thing, and just tears it off his arm and just throws it. It's just like, I didn't need this shit.
Yeah. What's funny is he actually has an aversion to scientific ninja tools after that, which comes into a later story arc of Boruto, where they actually admit that there's there's a time and a place where scientific ninja tools can be used like a tool, blah, blah, blah. But Boruto at that point is like, no, that's despicable.
Oh, I'd imagine so. Yeah.
He has like a complete aversion after this, which is interesting. And even more interesting once you see the path they go like post time skip with Boruto, who is, I gotta say, man, that so much fucking drip, bro. And he's got the flying thunder god like his grandfather, the fourth Hokage.
Nice.
And he's got the sword and the Uchiha style jutsu like Sasuke. It's fucking peak, man.
That's bad, dude. I would like to check that out.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome. But yeah, no, it starts here, where Boruto actually learns what it means to be a shinobi. But yeah, we get to the third exam, the Otsutsuki crash it, not dissimilar to the way that the third exam in Naruto was interrupted by the invasion of the hidden sound and sand.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have gotten to that point, Adult Swim. I would have liked to gotten to that.
Yeah, both times in the middle of the fight it gets interrupted and then they get taken into some serious shit, But that's a cool sequence in its own right too. I mean, we see like Naruto finally we see Boruto for the first time actually see his dad's power. He goes into chakra mode, manifests Kurama, takes a fucking tailed beast bomb and some other jutsu that was absorbed. Just tanks it, man. And Boruto's convinced his dad is dead. I mean, he gives him that quick flash of a smile and then vanishes.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, it's interesting that it really took Boruto finally witnessing his dad's full power, to actually, gain some respect for him and finally realize it's like, oh, he got to that, just on his own.
Yeah.
He on his own merits. It's like that's an interesting scene.
Yeah. So it's not just a Boruto movie; it's a Boruto and Naruto movie. It kind of brings up both of them, and we even get to see Naruto shine a little bit and show his power. And we get that scene after Naruto and Sasuke get their fight with Momoshiki. Boruto gets a moment to pull it off and actually, lands the final blow. But I like how we have the parent and child Rasengan there, where Naruto adds his chakra to Boruto's Rasengan, and they create this like massive Rasengan, and you actually see Naruto's memories, points like Jiraiya, Pervy Sage, teaching him the Rasengan, Naruto using it on Kabuto, Naruto and Sasuke fighting, Neji dying, shit like that.
Yeah,
and I think that's like where Naruto added his chakra. I think in that moment his feelings were conveyed to Boruto, and Boruto actually got glimpses of his past while holding this Rasengan, and he which he notes is heavy.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a profound scene in that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's finally father and son just kind of coming to a little bit of an understanding, knowing that they're not the same person. They're not. They're taking different paths, but ultimately, I mean, he's his father's son.
Yeah.
Don't
Goku and Gohan do like a father and son?
They do. I was about to bring that up. It was when he finally dispatches Cell.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you have that moment where, Goku is using King Kai to talk to Gohan.
Yeah.
And then they just channel it, and then they go Kamehameha. They just obliterate Cell. It's amazing.
It's awesome because
I love that.
I know Kishimoto was heavily inspired by Dragon Ball. Like that was one of his hugest influences. So it is really cool to see that even this late into.
Yeah, I mean, you can argue that the Rasengan is pretty much Naruto's Kamehameha.
That's what it is.
It pretty much is that.
That's exactly what it is. In fact, in the in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3, there is a costume, a DLC costume, which is Goku's gi.
Oh, nice.
For Naruto. And
that's awesome.
When Naruto's wearing that costume, he actually holds his Rasengan like a Kamehameha.
Oh, that's fucking cool. That's a good little callback.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway, speaking of the Rasengan, that's something else that we see, which references early Naruto, is the Rasengan training. In fact, it goes through the same steps that Naruto did back in the Search for Tsunade arc, where you get the water balloon and the rubber ball and all that. But this time Konohamaru is the one that teaches Boruto the Rasengan, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, little Konohamaru fucking grown up and everything.
That's
cool. That little shit.
That little became a Jonin.
That is awesome, dude. I love to see it.
And he's Boruto Sarada and Mitsuki Sensei. So I love Konohamaru, and I wish he got more screen time in the manga and anime, because it's just so cool to see him as an adult. And he's the grandson of the third Hokage. He's the nephew of Asuma, so he uses some of their movesets, but he's also Naruto's student, so he uses shadow clones and Rasengan, and he's the one that teaches Boruto the Rasengan.
Yeah.
And we get to see for the first time Boruto actually have to struggle to learn something that he'd always just give up on things, and Sarada mentions that to her dad.
Exactly.
How'd it go? What do you think? That mission was way easy.
Just leave it to the son of the 7th Hokage and grandson of the 4th. He'll probably become Hokage too.
The soul of a shinobi never changes. Go, Boruto. My strength's gonna take me all the way to the top.
But I mean, when Sasuke takes him as a student, and he wants him to, he says, "Can you do a Rasengan?" And that's why he goes to Konohamaru to learn it.
Yeah.
But there's something different about Boruto's Rasengan, right?
Yeah. So Boruto actually, his Rasengan at first appears quite small, and it's at first, you just wonder, well, maybe he's just not that powerful. But what Boruto is actually doing, apparently, is he is subconsciously applying a change in chakra nature or nature transformation to his Rasengan. So if you know anything about Rasengan and chakra manipulation, Rasengan is actually a form of pure chakra shape transformation or change in chakra form. It is just chakra just shaped in a certain way with no elements applied to it. What part of Naruto's Rasen Shuriken training was, for instance, adding wind style to Rasengan. Boruto in this case, and this is later confirmed by the manga, I think the light novel states that Boruto's version is also wind style, but the manga and anime would later confirm it's lightning style. But Boruto uses, subconsciously adds lightning style to his Rasengan, turning it into a vanishing Rasengan, which can be thrown and actually completely disappears. That's instrumental in the fight against Momoshiki.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that moment when Sasuke first notices it is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I mean, you think it's a very unassuming little Rasengan, but then it's like if Sasuke notices, well, hey, it actually hit though. It's like it disappeared, but it actually hit a tree and did some damage.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, that's your first indication.
And again, Boruto's a prodigy. He's exactly the kind of person who would do the one thing the 4th Hokage couldn't do, which was add change in chakra nature to a Rasengan and do it subconsciously, without even realizing that that's what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it would take someone in Naruto's bloodline to pull that off, right?
Exactly.
I mean, shit.
And even Naruto struggled to do that, to add the wind style to the Rasengan. I mean, the Rasen Shuriken training was an ordeal for him that was only overcome by the gimmick of using shadow clones to acquire experience exponentially.
Yeah, and then here comes Boruto just doing it like nothing after like a few days of training. It's like, come on now.
Yeah, it is a cool moment, and we actually get to see Boruto actually struggle to get there, and his clothes are dirty. Like Naruto mentions early on in the film, his clothes always look new, but here, he actually gets dirty, and at the end of the movie, that's even brought up again when there's the tear in his shirt, but he tells his mom to keep it the way it is.
Absolutely, and that's after adopting his dad's ninja uniform from when he was a kid.
Yeah, he puts on his dad's old jacket from part 1, and also Sasuke's scratched out headband.
Yeah. So I mean, that's really cool to see that symbolism once again of everything between Sasuke and Naruto kind of coming full circle.
Yeah, and there's that moment at the end where you see them put their hopes in Boruto and let him pull off the finishing move. It's like, go Boruto,
and he does it. He does the damn thing. He obliterates. Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, it's a new era, and they have to clear the path for the new generation. That is their job now, and then that's essentially what they do. And we see that continue in the Boruto anime. They continue, moving forward from that. And at this point in the series, I would say Boruto actually is more powerful than Naruto and Sasuke, which is a feat.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about two of the most powerful shinobi ever.
Among the most powerful ever at that time, the most powerful in the world for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
The Hokage and who Naruto considers, like the other Hokage. Actually, he calls him. I think Sasuke's official term is the supporting Kage.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, Sasuke was going to be in some type of leadership position when he grew up. I mean, we all knew this. It's like just the potential that he had, and the path that he took. He was going to have some leadership, some unofficial leadership in the Hidden Leaf.
He's the shadow that supports the Hokage, which is interesting because shadow is that's what Kage means. Kage is shadow, but Sasuke's kind of like the one who operates in the shadows and supports the Hokage and the 5 Kage by extension in his own role. So that's what's kind of cool here. But yeah, it is really actually cool, like you mentioned, to kind of see these characters here in the new era, to see Naruto's Hokage, to see him in that position, tired, just stamping papers and shit.
Yeah, it's like, Naruto, I guess the whole I'm going to become Hokage thing didn't really pan out all that well, did it? It's like, that's a lot more work than you were willing to do, right?
Yeah, it's not all just action.
You could see it just by the stacks of paperwork that start to just accumulate all over his office. It's like, I mean, I don't remember seeing that with the old man Hokage or Tsunade or anything like that.
There was some of that. I think there's definitely an episode where we show like Tsunade going through a bunch of paperwork and shit. So they do touch upon that a little bit, but yeah. And he has various duties. He's doing television interviews. He's running errands throughout town. He's got to be there to protect the village because he's the most powerful shinobi there.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's doing all these things. This dude who with his limitless stamina is at the brink of exhaustion. That's why he doesn't have enough time for Boruto and his family. This dude is sending shadow clones at all times throughout the village.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he's spreading himself incredibly thin here, and I mean, you can even just kind of see it in his face. I mean, he's tired.
Yeah, he's tired.
Yeah.
And there's even a lesson here for Naruto because Boruto learns that he needs to, but Boruto learns who his dad is and the struggles he had to overcome and why, he has to be the way he is and respect that. But Naruto even kind of admits that, he's like, no, I could have been there for you. I could have paid a little bit more attention. There's a time and a place for me, just come home and be with my family. Like your daughter's, hey, Boruto's kind of right on that one. Your daughter's birthday is a moment not for you to send a shadow clone to do that.
Yeah, it's like maybe Naruto shouldn't have done that.
Because he even brings up, he's like, you're not a shadow clone in here. And Naruto's like, no, this is the Hokage's office. Well, dude, that's your home and your daughter's birthday. You're going to send a shadow clone for that too?
Yeah, it's like that. Those should be the two unimpeachable places that you do not use shadow clones, is at home and in the Hokage's office.
Unless it's in the bedroom with Hinata. I mean, because that girl's a freak. He's gangbanging her. Come on.
Oh, my Lord. Dear Lord.
I know it. No. I know Hinata's a secret freak with her shy ass.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I can imagine that.
Yeah, she has a presence in this movie. Naruto's daughter Himawari does as well. They're cute when they're there.
Yeah, man. It's like, I mean, you just whenever she has her birthday party and Naruto's shadow clone just pops and everything, it's just like, oh man, the disappointment on her face is just, oh
Yeah.
damn it, man.
But, then later on in the movie, and during the kind of the epilogue, we see Naruto is actually almost forgets that he has to run and get to the office. So it's like, okay, now he's prioritizing his family a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Spending his mornings at home and even, risking running late. So that's good, man. You gotta give your family some priority. And it's also interesting even seeing him in the father role. He's a little bit awkward. He doesn't quite know how to talk to Boruto.
He's very awkward in it, It's like, yeah, fatherhood. That's another thing that you didn't think was going to be this difficult, huh,
Yeah.
Naruto? It's
I like that scene where he comes in to congratulate him on passing the second exam, and he kind of picks up the picture and he sits there kind of awkwardly.
Doesn't know what to do, man.
Yeah.
It's like
he tries to fist bump him, but Boruto doesn't want to expose the scientific ninja tools, so he just kind of like, oh, well, let me just fist bump your chest. Like, okay, buddy.
right, so awkward.
Well, he grew up as an outcast, so that should be expected.
Yeah,
Naruto doesn't really know how to,
and an orphan as well.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
He doesn't really actually kind of understand that so well. But there's something for both of them to learn here, which is cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's see what else. The soundtrack. The soundtrack is really quite cool, and I like it. We have quite a few new themes that are good that kind of fit the Boruto aesthetic, and I'm disappointed the anime doesn't reuse them except for when it does this story arc. But we also get quite a few Shippuden tracks, especially in like the third act, and those were really cool to see come back. Like the last reused a couple of Naruto Part 1 tracks, or really just one. Which was the Naruto main theme, but this one actually uses a few Shippuden tracks, and I felt like that fit quite well. Especially like I said, like in that last like third act when we get like the Naruto and Sasuke fight scene and the final clash. That music is just it's so good and it's so pumping.
And I have to say, it's actually mixed rather well, which is something that I'm going to say about the theme song when the Chunin exams in Naruto was that theme song. It's a good song, but goddamn, that mix is just so anemic.
Really?
It's harsh, it's abrasive. There's like no low end. I mean, and it's too guitar heavy. Like, I mean, it just the guitars just drown everything else out. It's just I can't stand listening to it. But here was actually some pretty well mixed background music. Like there was even like this metal track that was playing that had a little thump to it. You know, like you could kind of feel the bass a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, yeah, they actually took some care in mixing the music for this a little bit.
Yeah, and Boruto even kind of has like his own little like overture that plays a few times throughout the film, which is cool. Yeah. And I was actually really disappointed that didn't become the main theme of the anime series.
It should have been.
It should have been. And the artist that does like the official like theme track for this song, Kanabun, they actually did an earlier opening of Naruto, Silhouette, and they even continued to produce opening songs for the Boruto anime series. And that theme is pretty good. The one that plays during the credits.
Yeah, that was really cool. I like that song.
Yeah. Kanabun is actually well liked. Like I said, they did a Naruto track, Silhouette, that was quite well received. It's one of the more memorable tunes from the latter end of Shippuden. It's right up there with like Bluebird by Ikemonogakari as like iconic Naruto opening themes. And of course, Haruka Kanata by Asian Kung Fu Generation in Naruto Part 1, or Go by Flow.
Oh yeah.
We are fighting dreamers.
Fighting dreamers. I love that. That's a really well done song.
Yeah,
that's incredibly well done.
But no, Kanabun has actually kind of come to associate themselves with Naruto and especially Boruto after this, and so And during the credits, I like how we get that little montage with, like we get to see all of the parents and their children together. We get confirmation that Killer Bee's okay, our boy.
Yeah, man, it's like you can't get rid of Killer Bee, bro.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Wu-Tang is for the children, forever. Old dirty bastard told me.
That's right. Damn it. Remember, I also told you that the post-credit scene was important, right? Because it answers a very important question.
Yeah, who is Mitsuki's parents?
Yeah, who the fuck is Mitsuki's parents? Because he brings it up a couple times during the film, and it's Orochimaru.
Fucking, and you get a very, very brief glimpse of Orochimaru watching them.
Yeah.
Like
so,
very, very brief.
And I remember that there was actually a lot of buzz about this because it was announced that he was the third member of Boruto's team, but we didn't know much about him up until this movie. And so that was kind of one of the things that we wanted answered. And so it does get brought up a couple times in the film because it was built up that way on purpose. So we get that post-credit scene where he confirms. And we later get a side chapter that was written by Kishimoto and later adapted into Boruto, where we actually see that play out. And we find out that Mitsuki's actually like a synthetic human that was grown by Orochimaru.
That makes sense. I mean, Orochimaru, that's the only way that he could reproduce when you really think about it.
No kidding.
I mean, there's no way he's just going to have regular old slap your genitals together sex to make that, you know.
And Sarada, who has actually met Orochimaru in the Naruto Gaiden chapters, brings up a good question, which is he your mother or father?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, what exactly is he to you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been interesting to see Orochimaru show up in this movie, I won't lie.
Yeah.
Other than the brief moment that we see him.
We get a brief glimpse of most of everybody, like all of Naruto's generation.
Yeah.
We get the new generation of Inoshikacho, and we see the old generation. You know, Shikamaru kind of works as like the Hokage's advisor.
Uh-huh.
He would later go on to become the 8th Hokage himself.
Awesome.
So
good for him. He's deserving of that.
Yeah. When Naruto gets sealed away later, but yeah, he kind of is like Naruto's like right hand man. And we briefly see characters like Choji and Ino, Kiba, Tenten, my man Rock Lee. We still don't know who fucked Rock Lee.
No, it's like who did it? Who was it?
Who is Metal Lee's mom? We don't know. But Rock Lee has a son named Metal Lee, and that's not metal as in like the material. But interestingly enough, Rock Lee's name is actually a pun on Bruce Lee, because the way you would pronounce Bruce Lee in Japanese, Burusu Ri, is the same way you would actually pronounce Blues Lee. So blues, rock, metal.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's actually the connection.
The music motif.
So that's what it is. And obviously, Rock Lee and Might Guy were inspired by Bruce Lee. So that's a cool little connection, but it's not immediately apparent if you don't speak Japanese. We see like Tenten and Shino and Kiba, even Kankuro briefly.
Yeah.
And of course the new generation of 5 Kage. Gaara's still the Kaze Kage in Shippuden, but we have Darui, who he's kind of like the Kakashi of the Hidden Cloud. He kind of gets a little bit of time to shine during the Fourth Shinobi World War. But he's the Raikage. Chojuro, who is the Mizukage, which if you saw him during the war arc, he was like a very meek character who somehow obtained status as a 7 ninja swordsman, but he was just this very meek person who's completely different as the Mizukage. And Kurotsuchi, who can use lava style, and she's like the granddaughter of the 3rd Tsuchikage, Onoki. A few of those characters were important during the war, but not really super big major characters, but it was cool to see them as the next generation of Kage and briefly use their powers in the fight against Momoshiki and Kinshiki.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, seriously, just seeing Gaara that's still there after all that time. That's good to see.
Well, Homeboy's the same age as Naruto, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
He would continue. He would be the only incumbent one still. But yeah, and we even get to see a few of the other characters, in the credits and whatnot, like Tsunade and Guy Sensei.
Mm-hmm. And very briefly, we see Kakashi Sensei.
Kakashi's in the movie. He kind of wakes Naruto up with the book.
Exactly, but he doesn't really get any speaking lines in this movie. Though.
No, he doesn't, and he had a more prominent role in the last, which was interesting. But I mean, we got some more time with Sasuke this time. Hell, we even actually got a little bit sliver of Sasuke and Sakura there, which was good because that was completely absent from the last movie.
Absolutely, it was kind of good to see them together for a little.
Just have a little moment right there at the end, sitting together, and
exactly.
And even that gets touched upon when Sarada teases her mother about being excited that Sasuke's home.
Oh, he's like, yeah, that was kind of cute. That was.
Sarada's a cool character too, right?
She really is, man. And I mean, it's kind of interesting to see the relationship that she has with her dad, which is a little more upfront than between Naruto and Boruto. You know, they seem to be. She seems to be a little more like upfront and straightforward with him. You know.
Yeah, which again, this is actually something that it kind of ties into a 10-chapter side story that Kishimoto wrote called Naruto Gaiden, the Scarlet Hokage the seventh Hokage in the Scarlet Spring Month. There's a little story that is actually centered around Sarada that kind of acts as a prologue to the Boruto movie. It was a manga and later got adapted into the Boruto anime. But the manga was released before the movie, and it actually kind of shows that play out where Sarada gets some time with Naruto and actually kind of follows in his footsteps. And as I mentioned earlier, you know, we get to see her actually find a motivation to become Hokage herself, and she meets Sasuke for the first time that she can remember. And she actually awakens her Sharingan because she's overwhelmed with emotion by meeting her dad.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then Homedude doesn't even recognize her and tries to kill her at first.
Holy shit! Really?
Yes.
God damn it!
I'm not kidding.
That's a very Sasuke thing to do.
And there's a little red herring plot that they wove into there where Sarada doubts that she's even Sakura's daughter, and then we actually think for a moment that it might be Karin, who was Sasuke's fangirl that he added onto his team, Taka or Hebi in Shippuden.
Yeah,
with the glasses. Yeah. Also, how strange is it that we have an Uchiha with glasses?
I know, right? It's like you would think, you know, maybe that wouldn't be a thing. Yeah.
Sarada is a cool character, and you know, if anything, I'd like to have seen more of her. But it is kind of cool to see her interact with Boruto. She has a couple of moments where like she stares into his eyes and notes that his eyes are bluer than the seventh's. Which is kind of funny, and then Mitsuki's ass like decides to just insert himself into their faces.
Yeah, right.
And she even blushes later whenever he says that he's going to protect her as the Hokage.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
So we kind of already get a sense that Boruto and Sarada might be in game, but in true Naruto Sakura Hinata love triangle fashion, there is actually a second girl in the love triangle that has feelings for Boruto. Yeah. But I totally think that Boruto and Sarada are in game. Also because like it'll actually be the coalescence of Uchiha and Uzumaki lines, which if you know, the Uzumaki are also related to the Senju, and Naruto and Sasuke were reincarnations of the progenitors of the Uchiha and Senju clans. So it would actually be, if anything, kind of a reemergence of Uzumaki, which is related to Senju, Hyuga, and Uchiha.
Wow.
So if Boruto and Sarada have a kid, I mean, that kid's going to be like...
That kid's going to be just a powerhouse. God damn.
Essentially, you know, like the coalescence of the Sage of Six Paths.
Holy shit. Yeah, that would be like game changing.
Or Kaguya even.
That's game changing shit right there.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. So they could really go somewhere cool. I don't know. Are we going to get Saruto?
What?
We're gonna get a Naruto anime next.
Oh my god.
No. But yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get into our final thoughts here on Boruto Naruto the movie. We'll start with you, Bo.
Honestly, I mean, I wasn't really sure what I was expecting from this movie, you know, other than, you know, maybe kind of seeing where all of the characters that we know and love kind of end up in their later years and everything. But honestly, this exceeded my expectations a little bit. I mean,
nice.
It's actually a pretty solid story. I mean, I do wish some of the editing and the animation was done a little better at the beginning. But of course, that could have just been because we were watching a bad version of it. But other than that, yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see these the dynamics play out between like Sasuke and Boruto and Naruto and whatnot. And yeah, it was interesting to see, you know, them place this during the Chunin exam, you know, since the Chunin exam was such a legendary arc in the original anime.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the best of the original anime.
Right.
I mean, it was good to see them kind of go back in there and actually kind of expound upon it and, you know, make it kind of a new version of what we saw in the original.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, I mean, we see the Otsutsuki's come and become a formidable foe once again. And just seeing how the Uzumaki family perseveres here, you know, and specifically Naruto and Boruto. It was good to see. So, I mean, is it as good as the last? I don't think so. I think the last was a much more cinematically sound movie.
Sure.
You know, I mean, and actually had a deeper thematic elements to it.
Yeah.
But this right here still absolutely filled all my expectations that I would want from a continuation of the Naruto storyline, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it definitely makes me want to go back, start watching Naruto from the tuning exam, and just continue the story and see where how it ends up here.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, yeah, sure. This is not a bad movie at all. I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, well, as for me, I'm with you, Bo. Like, the last is actually my favorite Naruto movie. So, yeah, I did feel like that one, that is the superior film, and we covered that last season. But I remember that, this movie is special to me because it came out a year after that, and I also watched it in the theaters with some of the same people, actually. So, it was kind of cool seeing those back to back and seeing the initial response to it, which, like I said, was largely positive at the time. Of course, like I said, Boruto would later come to be kind of infamous, but it is also kind of hitting its peak now. And in my opinion, the manga has always been peak, but it's getting really good now. But yeah, no, this is a really tight story. I like it. I like, again, like you said, it harkens back to some of the moments of early Naruto, including the Chunin exams, Rasengan training, things like that, but also mixes it in with some of the new stuff like Otsutsuki and keeps it at the power scale that we would come to know at the end of the Fourth Great Ninja War. It's a pretty cool continuation. It's cool to see my boy achieve his dream and become the Hokage and have a big titty waifu.
Oh, absolutely. And Hinata is best Naruto MILF next to Tsunade.
Exactly. Yeah. 100% agreed.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see the dynamic between Boruto and Naruto, the dynamic between Boruto and Sasuke, to see Naruto and Sasuke come up. It kind of hits all the highlights, and we get to see, like I said, they even give a moment to Naruto and Sasuke to just be the powerhouses that they are. And it's exciting. The music is good. The animation is good. And it's a pretty compelling story, that explores some interesting themes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But hell yeah. As for Collateral Gaming, very soon we should have out our January content. So we're going to be covering Arc Survival Evolved or Survival Ascended. So stay tuned for that. On both Collateral Gaming and Cinema, we will have a year-end review episode. And also check out our post-holiday edition of Collateral Gaming Bonus Round and Collateral Cinema Director's Cut. We covered the Angry Video Game Nerd 8-bit game. So that'll be out by now. And also our Adult Swim holiday review on Smiling Friends and YOLO.
Absolutely. We had a fun time getting into that, because Smiling Friends, I mean, I know that the whole joke in the fandom is that it's not that deep, and part of the thing going on the subreddit is to kind of take it seriously, ironically, but no, there's a lot of depth to Smiling Friends and to YOLO in general, I mean, and certain little subtle things that, you may not pick up on in the first time around,
Well, you have to have a 200 IQ to understand it, Bo.
Oh, don't say that to the Smiling Friends fandom. They're pretty much expecting their Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce moment, any time now.
I know,
pretty much. So yeah,
but yes. So go check that out if you haven't already, and also check out Collateral Let's Play on both of our YouTube channels. I wanted to get out a new Shooter Saturday this last Saturday, but we didn't get a chance to. But we'll have one out soon where we'll do Killing Time, and we'll also have a new Phoenix Wright Wednesday where we'll continue Turnabout Samurai.
Yeah, we're gonna continue that case. Absolutely, man. I'm hyped. We're getting into another courtroom scene next, right? I think we finished the investigation last time.
Yep. So we'll actually be doing a trial, which will be fun. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. And what have we got to expect next month on Collateral Cinema?
Yeah, we're doing the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think that we're going to do one episode that focuses on like the first two parts and then Return of the King, or what were we going to do?
I think that's the way I'm going to split it. I think if we're going to split and give one movie its own time, we'll probably do Return of the King rather than Fellowship.
Hell yeah.
I just feel like, that one's probably going to have more to explore, but we'll see.
I cannot wait for our walking simulator movie. I can't wait.
Hey, fuck you. Lord of the Rings is high cinema. I mean, it stands up phenomenally well for movies that came out in the 2000s, and God, it's so good. I just watched the extended editions of the movies. I saw Fellowship and The Two Towers in theaters.
My God, how can you do that?
And
that's cinematic torture.
And I loved it, Bo. I loved
Jesus Christ, you may as well just watch the Decalogue. I
understand why certain scenes were cut, but you know, for a better paced movie, but for people like me that have watched these films over and over and want to absorb everything they get, and actually see Saruman get killed, which was oddly omitted from the theatrical version. Yeah, the extended editions are awesome, but you and I are gonna definitely have to watch that trilogy sometime again soon.
I'm not watching the extended version, dude.
That's fine. You can watch the theatrical cuts. I'll probably want to watch those again too, just so I can compare them.
Right on.
Since I just did watch the extended editions, but God, I love Lord of the Rings. I've never read the books, but I fucking love the movies. They're excellent, and I'm excited to talk about them in our a 2-part episode here next month, and just in time because the movies were playing in theaters because it was the 25th anniversary of Fellowship of the Ring. So it's kind of timely that we're getting those out next month.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then I think the next season after that, we're going to do the original Star Wars trilogy.
The Star Wars trilogy, I believe, is the 50th anniversary.
That's in 2027, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so next year.
So next year, we are going to be covering the Star Wars original trilogy. We did the prequels already, so it only made sense. I knew we were going to come back to them eventually, and I was like, oh, wait, 2027 is the 50th anniversary? Okay, yeah. For sure. And I think if anything, the way we'll split it is we would probably give A New Hope or the original Star Wars its own episode. But
absolutely, no, that makes the most sense. A New Hope is just the most memorable out of the three.
Yeah,
to me.
Definitely over Return of the Jedi, because
that
to me is the weakest link of the trilogy.
No shit.
But so stay tuned for that next year. But we've got a lot more content coming from both Collateral Cinema and Gaming. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, YouTube. You can help us rise up the ranks on Good Pods, or leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, or feedback on your platform of choice. We're also on social media, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, Twitter, and Facebook. So go hit us up on there. And if you have any suggestions, or maybe want a guest on the show, or just something to bring to our attention, please, hit us up in the DMs. If you want to support the show, we do have a merch store on Dashery. We have a Buy Me a Coffee, and we do have a Patreon where you can get some exclusive content.
Yeah, we need to do a commentary before you leave.
We should.
That's something we should do. Let's plan a commentary on a Neil Breen movie.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Let's do it.
I would love to do a commentary on a Neil Breen movie. So maybe we'll have that out here soon. And you can go listen to that by donating money. I guess that's it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, all right, guys, thank you so much for listening. And this has been a good anime month this year. We look forward to covering more in the world of cinema for during 2026.
Absolutely.
And there's quite a few movies that are coming out that I was interested in doing. I know Doomsday is happening later this year, so we're definitely going to have to do another kind of Barbenheimer thing here.
Oh no, yeah, definitely.
Return to Silent Hill is coming out this month. I want to do a collab episode on that.
Let's do it. I'm down.
I definitely want to cover Return to Silent Hill. In fact, we're getting like 4 or 5 video game movies that I actually definitely want to do.
Oh yeah,
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter.
It's stacked with the video game
Mario
movies
Galaxy
this coming
movie.
Year. Yeah, man. man, it's the slate is stacked. So,
dude, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. And then Zach Cregger's Resident Evil movie too.
Oh fuck yeah, man, Zach Cregger. I mean, I still need to see his movie. He's the one who did Weapons, right? I still need to watch Weapons before we do the
year in review.
The year in review. Yeah, I need to watch
Weapons and Sinners for sure.
Definitely.
So yeah. But yeah, I guess that's it. With all that being said, I've been the 7th High Kage.
And I'm Boruto Uzumaki, and I say fuck I stand with Minneapolis.
Fuck yeah. This has been Collateral Cinema. We are out.
Out. Collateral Cinema is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and movie clips are owned by the respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.